This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
Yes. If there's one thing I've learned... Thanks, Wardlow, for freezing on the screen. That was the best. That was the best part of that intro, was Wardlow freezing on your screen. If there's anything I've learned from last night, it's never cover NXT ever again. That's what I will say. I made the huge mistake of covering NXT last night. NXT was great, actually. It was a great show, but nobody cared. So I will not be covering NXT ever again. I mean, that was probably one of the best shows NXT could ever have. And I got some of the lowest viewership I've ever gotten on a Wednesday night. So let's just stick to AEW, okay? And let's relax with the vibes of the beach. Big E Langston, just leave this awkward music on because it's hilarious. Big E Langston talked about The Undertaker. I've also got a comment on the Scream mask from NXT last night. I'll comment on the Scream mask in a minute. But Big E Langston revealed that he had a conversation with The Undertaker that made his day. I mean, is there anything else better about The Undertaker? Can Mark Calloway get any better than he already is? I don't think so. I don't know if Big E Langston would like all the blue pride stuff that Undertaker wears, but that's those guys, you know? Most people will remember the on-screen stuff, but for us as performers, it's getting those backstage conversations with The Undertaker was like gold, he told Sportskeeda. Why would you speak to a place like Sportskeeda? He says also, to be honest, it's more than just made my day. To be complimented by a guy like that, a man of his stature, I really appreciated it. I agree, man. I can relate to this a little bit. Not quite. You know, I'm not quite Big E in the WWE, and The Undertaker didn't compliment me. But Tommy Dreamer sending me a DM and telling me that my commentary was really good. You know, Road Dogg saying some things about my commentary. Although I don't know if I believe him, because never hired me. But you know what I mean. Like, those things blew me away. Les Thatcher, you know, some of the other people that have said stuff to me. Like, it meant a lot. But I think I'm at the point where kind of like actions speak louder than words do. Like, I kind of hear people say, great job, and I just go, yeah, thanks. But I guess it's not that great because I'm sitting in my basement right now doing a YouTube show about The Undertaker and Big E. And Big E being happy with The Undertaker's compliment. But anyway, what a great compliment. He says, I was fortunate enough to call him a co-worker in many ways. I think back to all those times. It's remarkable that he's been around for 30 years and still going. He's on that Mount Rushmore of wrestling. So really cool stuff. Nice little story. But now a story I'd like to get to. Or it's not a story, it's my opinion. Last night on NXT, man. Halloween Havoc. And a freakish ghoul attack kept happening last night, as this masked character would show up to interfere in the first match of the night and the last match of the night, which was great because I thought that was fitting. It was perfectly fitting. The Garganos both had 2 matches, Candice LeRae ending it. The Ghost showed up at the beginning, then showed up at the end. What a great little story there. I was really excited to find out who the Ghost was as well. The intended identity of the person under the Scream mask at WWE NXT Halloween Havoc was revealed, apparently. Now, I was hoping for O.J. Simpson, because it's been a while. O.J. Simpson, if he had pulled the mask off and said, it's me, O.J., I'm here to kill white people again. I just think that that would have been one of the best swerves and one of the most terrifying reveals for most of the women, the white women in the front row, if it had been OJ. You know, I mean, And in fact, and he was working for Candice LeRae, which is weird because she is a white woman. Io Shirai is Japanese. Maybe Io Shirai wouldn't have been scared of OJ, and that's why they didn't go with OJ, because she would have been like, why am I scared? I don't look anything like Nicole, so I'm not terrified at all. And, you know, so maybe that's why they didn't go with it. But me personally, watching from home, I was thinking, wow, if this was OJ, I would have marked out. And he could have stabbed somebody, preferably a white female, and then run away and jumped in a Ford Bronco and drove away, and that was the ending to Halloween Havoc. Now, that would be a real Halloween Havoc. He rips off the mask. It's me, OJ. Stab, 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 stab. Runs. Bronco. Drives away. Transition fades in. Pumpkin. Only a pumpkin is left on the screen. Happy Halloween. I don't know. I thought it would have... It made sense to me. Why don't I work for this company? Anyway. During the Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer revealed that Indy Hartwell was supposed to be the person under the Scream mask. How do you know that, Dave? Said everybody, and Dave said, I've got craters on my face from all the pimples in my adolescence. She couldn't be there because she was quarantined, says Dave. They still didn't reveal the identity of the masked individual, so it might end up being Hartwell. Although, to me, it looked like two different individuals, but that was me. My eyes might have been playing tricks on me. It looked like a very tall individual. Another reason why I thought it was OJ. Tall. I'm here to kill another white woman. Shut up. Would have been great. It was previously reported that at least one person who was supposed to be on Halloween Havoc couldn't make the show. Turns out that was Indy Hartwell. We still have no idea who played her role under the mask, but it was a stand-in this week. Don't be surprised if the masked person shows up again. Indy Hartwell is revealed. Transcribed by Ringside News at ringsidenews.com via the Wrestling Observer, via Dave Meltzer's mouth. You really have to follow, and now being spewed out by Joe Cronin on the Joe Cronin Show. I mean, wrestling news is quite the thing, isn't it? Some guy who allegedly has sources says things and behind his paywall, and then other website people report his report from behind his paywall on their free website. Then guy with droopy fading floppy cap on YouTube, Joe Cronin, reads said story from Ringside News from Dave. It's just fucking crazy. It's like a goddamn game of telephone. Anybody ever realize what a game of telephone this whole thing is, really, when you think about it? A lot of people think that Thunder Rosa's going to WWE. I said this the other day that, listen, WWE can pay Thunder Rosa more. Most likely. 80% Thunder Rosa's paid by WWE more. Now, if she wants to go to AEW, she can go, but she's going to make less, probably. I would think WWE would offer her, I said this last night, but between, I don't know, $150,000 to $350,000, if not maybe a little more, maybe. But AEW is only going to offer her up to $150,000, probably less, probably $90,000, $80,000, $120,000, whatever. Anyway, that's me, Thunder Rosa. She's teasing everybody on Twitter. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, speaking of fun, I hope you guys subscribe to this channel, and I hope you hit the like button down below, and I hope you leave me a comment and a question, because I will be making a video to follow up to this video about all your dumb comments, and all the good ones, too. You have smart comments? How many of you guys have a smart comment? Leave a smart comment. I like your comments. And sign up on my Patreon for 30 hours of bonus content you can't hear anywhere else, where I talk massive shit about all kinds of stuff. And also, my wife and Monica. You know Monica. Monica from Monetize This and longtime person. Talk Spooky to Me, episode 4, just went up yesterday. Just went up. If you didn't hear it, go hear it, download it, give it a like, leave it a comment. Remember, if you guys like it, comment on the show, like it on Patreon. Now, you can download it on your phone as an audio file, no problem. But, I mean, go give it a like and show it love, because otherwise, you know what I mean? Old Joe Cronin's going to look at it and go, do they want this, or should we cancel the show? But actually, this has been the most popular thing on the Patreon in the last 60 days. So, you know, episode 4 is really good. I just heard it. And for everybody hoping that my wife and Monica fornicate, all I can say is we can only hope that these two women scissor each other on a podcast. You know? I get it. Me and Jake DeMarco have our podcasts coming. Jake and Joe, episode 5. We're off to the races, baby. Episode 6, I think. Episode 6. Patreon. It's the best way to keep my channel alive. Do you like what I'm doing? Then we need you on Patreon. And if you really, really like what I'm doing, then you can become a producer and we can put your name down below. And not only that, but we can shout you out and I can make a graphic and we can have all kinds of fun. So become a producer. Good old O.J. Simpson. I swear to God, if this music is copyrighted, writing, whatever. If this music is copyrighted, I'm going to be pissed because it said free. And I'll tell you, if I can't monetize this video putting this music on it, I'm going to be really pissed off. I will tell you that. I will tell you that right now. Guys, I'll see you tonight for Out of Nowhere. See you guys tonight for Out of Nowhere. God bless you, O.J. Simpson. We love you. Bless you, O.J. See you guys later. Some other videos popping up on your screen right now that you should probably check out. Subscribe to all my channels. They're all listed down below. Go open up the description box and have a smorgasbord or smorgasbord. I don't know.